is going on, everybody? Destroy here. And in this video, I'm going to go over the patch notes for 1.15 and also talk about the Independence update and what is worth getting and what is not worth getting, or at least what I think is worth getting and what's not worth getting. And while I do that, you'll see some gameplay in the background. Now, I was going to make videos showing all the content off, but I never got around to it because I've been busy lately, which is why I haven't been posting videos. And I figured that you guys don't want to see a whole bunch of videos of stuff that you could just look at for yourself. So instead, you'd rather just hear about it, and then it'd all be in one video. So for the patch notes, obviously they added the 2 new vehicles with permanent American flag livery, the Liberator and the Sovereign. As to those vehicles, I really think the Liberator is worth getting. It's a monster truck and it's expensive. It took me about 3 hours to get the money for this, which if this video gets like 50 likes or something like that, today I will put up a video of a very, very, very easy way to make money solo in GTA Online. So if you guys put 50 likes down on this video, I'll put the video up today. If not, it'll go up tomorrow anyway, so it's up to you guys. But I think that the Liberator is worth getting. Definitely is a monster truck. It goes through like water really nice, as long as you don't have water above the engine, and it handles like really well, climbs really well, and it's easy to do tricks and stuff with because it spins easier in the air, has more maneuverability. So it's definitely worth getting. It's worth the $747,000. As for the motorcycle, I don't think that it's like, I mean, it's cool that it has like the American livery on it, but at the same time, it's not, I just don't see it as something I would drive all the time. It's kind of like the Roosevelt. I bought the Roosevelt and I still have it because it's rare because you can't get it anymore, but I never drive it. So I think as for the motorcycle goes, I don't really drive motorcycles that much. And I guess it just depends on who you are. But I could see it as something I would have if we had more garages, which is something I'll get into with the new properties they added in. But I just don't see it as something that's too important to have for so long. And, you know, this being a pack that is mainly dedicated to Americans and things like that because of our independence. So a lot of people who aren't even from America, like people who live in Great Britain or Europe or, you know, anywhere else, they probably wouldn't care for it as much either. So it's definitely it depends on where you're from, obviously, and what your preferences are. If you drive motorcycles, then, you know, go for it, but if not, then stay away from it. They also added in the 40 new Independence holiday themed clothing. I had already bought all those. Those are worth buying if you celebrate Independence Day. If not, then, you know, don't spend your money on it. It was pretty expensive. It cost me about $60,000 to get all of the clothes. They added 2 new weapons, the fireworks launcher and the musket, which, you know, the fireworks launcher being $60,000 and you not being able to keep it, depends on like how much money you have or if you're willing to spend that much money. You won't be able to keep it once they take the Independence Day pack away. So if you don't have that much money, or you're not feeling like spending money on it, then don't do it because you're not going to keep it longer than 2 weeks. I wish they would let us keep it because it's cool. It seems like it's maybe 3 times weaker than a rocket launcher, but it has like the same effect. It just has fireworks that display instead of like a huge explosion. I used it on a vehicle and it took like 3 shots to blow it up, but one hit will kill another player. So I don't know. It's a cool gun to have for, you know, 2 weeks. You could probably make your $60,000 back plus the ammo. They also added in the four types of fireworks, which are awesome. I'll probably be making a video tomorrow for any of the American fans out there, or anyone who celebrates Independence Day for July 4th with the fireworks and things like that. I think the fireworks are cool. It's a cool new feature for us to use, and it's definitely something different since they don't have anything like that in online. It's definitely cool that we have something that we can do that adds a different aspect to the game. So it's awesome that they put that in. They also added in the new parachute color, which I think if you buy it, you get to keep it. I'm pretty sure, and it switches between red, white, and blue. which is awesome. It's really cool, actually. They also added in new tire smoke that alternates between red, white, and blue. I'm not sure if that will be there. Like, you'll probably be able to keep it on any car you purchase, but I don't think it'll stay as something you can buy once the Independence Pack is gone. They added in 12 new animal masks, which are expensive. They're all animal masks, and there are 6 different styles with 2 color variations. 4 new horns have been added in, a new mullet hairstyle, and the Stars and Stripes face paint, which you can get those at the facial or the hairdresser as well. As for new features and updates, the ability to place and set off fireworks, obviously that's been added in with the fireworks. 7 new medium and low-end countryside apartments. As for those, they're actually pretty sweet. The one out in Paleto Bay is probably the... it doesn't have the coolest visuals outside. I'd say the one in Vinewood Hills has the best like visuals outside. But as for placement, the one in Paleto Bay is definitely worth having. Just because it's way out there. I don't know if I would purchase one because of the fact that it's only 6-car garage, and I think everyone wants to have the maximum amount, which also leads to like my next thing is I really think that what they should do is they should have where you can own 2 apartments with garages, and then also have 2 separate garages elsewhere. So you can have like, say you have a car in Blaine County, maybe like Sandy Shores, or I know there's one like over by Fort Zancudo on that road where the clothes store is and the ammunition. So, you know, maybe have one in the middle of the map and then one out in Paleto Bay and 2 apartments like in Los Santos or something, or have an apartment in Los Santos, the house out in Paleto Bay, a garage in Sandy Shores, and then one over at the airport. So I don't know. I think that's what they should do. You should have like 4 properties, 2 apartments, 2 garages. That'd be cool. Everyone wants more cars. Even though we don't all drive our cars, we still would like to have more room, especially for the update cars, because every time an update comes out, you have to get rid of cars just so you can buy the new cars, and then you end up buying the new cars, and then the next one comes out, and then you get rid of those cars just so you can buy the new ones. And it's just a never-ending like chain of buying and selling cars. So that's what I think they should do, which would be nice. They also added in players are now able to ride the Leviathan roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. I haven't actually done that yet, but it's pretty sweet, and that will be a permanent thing. It's not going away with the Independence Day pack. They also added if a player buys a tattoo and then removes it, it will only charge $100 to reapply it, which is awesome because it means you have to you get to save money. Players will now receive an increased cash bonus for completing a survival, bringing up the total amount that can be earned. A player's mental state will no longer increase when killing hostile mercenaries. Also, the increased rate for killing cops who are chasing the player as a result of being wanted has been reduced, which is nice. So you won't be a psycho anymore, and you don't have to worry about people coming to kill you, or at least it takes a little bit more to get you to a psycho, and you don't have to worry about the cops and mercenaries. Mental state will no longer increase for killing players who have a bounty on their head, or for a player defending themselves when they have a bounty on them. Added the force weapon option to Coronas for versus and last team standing. Players on last team standing are now only able to hear their teammates, bringing them into the line with VS and capture missions. Job entrance fees are now payable when starting a versus mission in order to bring it into line with the LTS and capture missions. The head-to-head and challenge wager is now taken from the player's wallet and bank. The time limit on the team selection screen has been increased to 1 minute. So those are things they added in. I also noticed there was a thing with Lester. I haven't got it yet, but people were telling me that he gives you a target to kill, and you get it's kind of like collecting a bounty, but it's on a civilian or a pedestrian. So I haven't actually got that, but I know you can do those now. And then they have some random fixes and things like that. With like just basic stuff, regular stuff that we have, and then obviously they fixed an exploit with the UFOs that's gone in now, and they fixed exploits for duplicating vehicles and just everything like that, going off the radar, becoming invincible, and driving inside your garage, getting barber services for free, and respawning in your garage after you're committing suicide. I'm not sure how that would be an exploit. I don't know if there was like a glitch to that. I don't really do glitches that much anymore. So, as for the update, I really like the Independence Day update. The monster truck has to be probably my favorite thing they've added so far. It sounds so realistic, and it's so awesome being able to drive over things. I think everyone, when the game first came out, they wanted to get a Sand King just so that they could drive over cars, and then like you wouldn't even be able to do it on most of the cars. This thing, it just like, the suspension is so accurate. It will go over anything, and just having the rear wheel and the front wheel steering, it makes it just so much more better to drive than the Sand King, anything like that. It climbs Mount Chiliad so much better, it goes over things so much better, and it drives through water too. So if you guys ever get in the water, like, I recommend taking over to Fort Zancudo, where the marsh, like, swamp land areas, because that's a word, area. That area, most of that water there is like, I'd probably say it's like 8 or 9 feet, maybe 10 feet deep, and maybe, give or take, and you can drive this thing through all that perfectly fine. So it's freaking awesome. If you're driving in the rivers, watch out for the rapids. Those will get you. They always destroy my monster truck, but if I'm not driving through those, I can drive through the river perfectly fine. And I can stay in the water for like 15 seconds, maybe like 20 without dying. As long as the water doesn't go over the engine, you're perfectly fine. But anyways, I really like this update. It's probably my favorite update so far. If anyone is not from the United States, or you don't celebrate Independence Day, I don't know if there's anyone that does, that's outside the United States. I know there are Americans in other countries and stuff like that that may still celebrate it, but happy 4th of July. I really like this update. Maybe they'll do something for other countries or things like that. Obviously, Rockstar being mainly an American company that makes games, they're going to do Independence Day for Americans, so I'm not sure what they'll do for any other country or culture, things like that. But I think this is my favorite update so far. So besides it being mostly American, it does have some awesome things in it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Sorry it took about 12 and a half, 13 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check this out. And if you guys want to see a money method today, drop 50 likes on this video, and if not, then I'll put it up tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.